going on, guys? It's ASAP Flash here, and I'm here with a new episode of Old Ass Reviews. And this should be obviously self-explanatory, but being the internet and not people not understanding what the hell subtlety is, I'm gonna explain it to you. Essentially, what Old Ass Reviews is when I talk about a show that kind of over a year old and people like to be in the now. I watched an old episode and felt like talking about it, so I'm here on my channel talking about it. And I know my eyes look bloody squinty. I don't know what that is. Maybe I'm asleep or some shit. Or maybe I do need sleep. But I swear, I need to open my eyes, but they just keep, like, closing down on me. Anyway, so I watched I just finished watching season 3 of Flash. I was gonna say Arrow, but Flash. I'll talk about Arrow later. Got distracted. Anyway, so I finished watching season 3, and I mean, the way season 2 ended, I just gotta say, Barry, you're selfish little piece of shit. Like, really, everything was finally falling into place. Eris was falling in love with him. He had everything. Why can't you just be happy? But instead, you're like, no, I'm not happy. Things have to be my way or else. So he went back in time, made his parents not die, so he could be a happy little man and not see his parents get killed. Asshole. So, of course, things, when he went back in time to fix everything, there has to be consequences, and those consequences was Savitar, of course, like later in the season, not just immediately, but it just honestly, the whole concept feels kind of like predictable, I guess. I mean, because with Barry, not really taking the whole uh, going back in time thing seriously and handling it like a mature person, he instead decides, you know what, I'm gonna be selfish and screw everybody's feelings. Literally, screw everybody's feelings. Because apparently, Cisco had a brother in Flashpoint. I don't know. Like, explaining it again seems kind of confusing, but apparently, Cisco had a brother that he loved, unlike the original timeline that he loved in that got killed or some shit. So he blamed, of course, he blamed Barry because apparently everything is his fault, even the stuff that he couldn't control, and that was oh shit an accident, And then of course when he told Cisco, like shit, I'm sorry, blah blah blah. Cisco was being a little bitch about it and being like, "What do you mean? You could have done this, blah blah blah," which made it more annoying. Like, bruh, he said he's sorry. I mean, what do you want them to do? Go back in time and mess things up even more, just so your selfish ass could, be happy just like Barry. God, what is it with the show? With the show and selfish asses? I'm telling you, no one's happy. Anyway, so I just gotta say, major props to the actor that plays Harrison Wells, Tom Cavanaugh. I don't think he gets enough respect as an actor because I mean, yeah, he played the same character but different versions of the character, which I think that's kind of amazing because there's certain scenes where he'll play like especially at the end of the season he'll play at the start of the episode he'll play H.R. Wells and then Harrison Wells and it's just kind of funny like I'm saying like it's the same character but with different demeanor, like Harrison will be like more blunt to you, more straightforward, while HR is just kind of like this goofy, kind of inspiring type of character. And of course, in season 1, they had the evil Wells, which is guy in a wheelchair that was wanted you to do better, but for his own selfish gain. Again, what is it with these selfish ass characters? It's like everybody's fucking selfish. Anyway, so yeah, felt more like this season was kind of like Barry making amends for all the shit that he's been doing, and just also at the same time being selfish. Again, I should have a drinking game. Every time I say selfish, take a shot. Selfish. Anyway, so along with being like or wanting to protect Iris from being inevitably killed by Savitar, he of course proposed her to ahead of time, try to change the future or whatever, but it just doesn't come at a good place. You know what I'm saying? So he just kind of, just trying to desperately gain whatever control he could possibly get from that situation. And um, lost my train of thought there. Anyway, so yeah, so it feels like at the final episode, where the final battle between him and Savitar, where he finally learned his lesson. Says like, you know what? I fucked up in a major way because of my shit. You're created, so basically the one thing leads to another. Like, he eventually defeats Savitar, and here's the interesting thing about not just this show, but like bad versus good kind of story arcs is like when you defeat evil, like try to like take him out, kill him, or whatever, you'll basically go in their footsteps, like if you kill that one, then you're never gonna end, and so on and so forth. So of course, he takes mercy on him. But surprisingly enough, Iris kills him, which is kind of ironic. It's kind of actually ironic when you think about it. It's like, Savitar was going to kill Iris, but Iris ended up killing Savitar. Irony. Gotta love it, right? Anyway, so the way ultimately it ended was kind of Barry going into to the prison, and then everything turning to shit, and then he needs to go into the prison, and so people the world won't be turned into shit, and then kind of like passing the torch on to Wally, and then just kind of like making the new team as it is. So it felt kind of like a nice send off, kind of a nice wrapping of Barry's story, just kind of passing on to the torch. And of course, they're not going to do that because it's CW or WB or whatever. So of course, he has to return somewhere or another from his prison, and of course, lovely Iris had to say, you're not Flash Barry. We're the Flash." Yeah, and fuck you, bitch. Anyway, that's pretty much my review about the season 3 of the Flash. And one thing I want to say before I take off, Offset, no, is at first it was kind of like a little annoying that they only had the Flashpoint paradox into two little episodes. But of course, the more I thought about it, it made a lot more sense. To just put the first episode, things that he got that he selfishly got, and in the second episode, kind of like reveal the downside of it, and the all the negative repercussions that come from it. So of course, he returns to time. But I think the most annoying thing about this season is where he has to fess up to the team, saying like, you know what, this is not your original timeline or anything. It's just because of my selfish ass. Like, take a shot. Because of my selfish ass, things are the way they are, and of course, there's the blame game and all that shit. Anyway, that's basically it, and I am done. So see you with another video on the Arrow season 3, which I've been debating it. Maybe I should watch ahead, but I'm like, you know what? Nah, I'm comfortable with the way it is. Just whatever. Anyway, so see you with another video.